Hey there, I wanted to share with you a little bit about your haters. Wanted to give you a tool that might help you to get over that whole situation, because it's not about if you're going to have haters, it's when and how are you going to handle it, right? So Jon Acuff, who wrote the book Start, just an amazing book. I haven't read his book previous to this one called Quitter, but I hear really good things about it too. But in this book he talks about two different haters. One is a woman who continuously writes to the airline that she flies with. She continues to fly with it, right? And she writes how, whether the seat's bad, uncomfortable, needs food, wants seating assignments, whatever. She's really upset. And every letter she writes, and they get it on a continuous basis, and there's no pleasing her. And they actually call her the pen pal. I mean, they've got a name for her because she's constantly writing. Well, the staff finally says, that's it, we can't take another one of these. And they send it up to the CEO. And you think the CEO, most CEOs probably write a, apology letter and maybe send her a bunch of coupons or free meals for the next few flights or something, I don't know. But this one took all of, probably a minute to write 4 words to her. We will miss you. And I love that. I will use those exact words in my life from here on out when I have a hater. Even if it's just in my mind. I remember Dr. Laura, if you're familiar with her, Dr. Laura Schlesinger. She used to say, when somebody gives you, throws something at you that's negative, you may want to take it and look at it and think about what they said. But first off, you need to just hand it right back to them, because the way they said it wasn't okay. But she'd have you say, whatever, with a really high-pitched voice in your mind. Whatever. So you could just throw it away and not, let it go, basically. But I will miss you is another really good one. The other story he told is about the Critic's math. And this is a math issue for sure. We all have, I would guess that, well, if not all of us, most of us have this issue where, let me just tell you the story. It's Larry David that, people are familiar with Seinfeld, but he also had another show on HBO called Curb Your Enthusiasm. And anyway, so people knew and loved him. He was in at a Yankees game from LA, but in New York at a Yankees game, and they caught wind that he was there. So they put the music from his show, they played his music, and the crowd got crazy. They put the camera on him, like they can do on that big screen, and he got a standing ovation. 50,000 people went wild with delight to just give their love to him, right? And the game's over, and he's heading back to his car, and some car drives by, and someone hollers out, Larry David, you suck. And at that moment, of course, the problem, the Critic math problem that we're all not familiar with, well, we're familiar with, but I didn't really understand that there was actually a simple formula, and that this is what he's fallen into too, and that we can fall into really easy. But for him, it was 1 insult plus 50,000 compliments equals 1 insult. And or in the state here, he says, you can get 1,000 compliments and 1 insult, and it will still equal 1 insult. We'll think upon that one. And so what we need to realize is that we need to let that go, and that we need to seriously not even think. We need to, not even keep it like, I think I told you before, well, I'll wad up a piece of paper and throw it away, I'll miss you. Holler out to that guy that says, you suck. You can just say, yeah, I'll miss you too, or something, along those lines, or whatever in your mind, because whatever it takes to get rid of that and to concentrate on those 50,000, change that mathematical formula. We need to come up with a new one that says, even if it was one insult plus 1,000 compliments equals 500 compliments, even if we could change it to that, we need to end on a positive note and realize that we matter, first of all, and that what other people think of us is none of our business, right? That's all their business. So I hope that's helped you today. I'm impressed. That kind of opened my eyes, because I saw a formula, and when I see that, I'm like, wow, that really happens a lot, where we tend to focus on the negative, and we deserve to look at the positive. We're made amazingly. 2 formulas. I just thought of another formula. And that formula is the chances of you being born and alive at this exact time, in this day, is a 1 in 400 trillion. 1 in 400 trillion. I mean, totally erases the critic's math, doesn't it? I hope so, because you are awesome. And you're here for a purpose, and there's something that you're here to do. And what the haters think, it just doesn't matter. So go out there and just make it a great day, and I wish you well, and we'll talk to you again soon.